y'all wanna hop in the game and do the same, selling tickets to your favorite name. Join our trade. Ticket resellers investing in building every day. Join our
We have the easiest way to make money online. As you see over here, there's no MLM, no pyramid scheme, no ads or marketing required, no selling tickets in the streets, and you don't need any labor costs to scale up.
Hey, if you're interested in scaling your ticket business or your business into the millions, like I've done, selling tickets strictly online, 100% online, you'll never catch me out in the streets. Go to thetickettrap.com again.
I'm the only person that got into the music business that sold 100 million records and haven't been pampered. I could pamper myself. That's almost like saying, oh, you want a Super Bowl ring or you want to make $500 million. And we could get you the Super Bowl ring and you're only going to make $500,000. Mm-hmm. That don't make sense. You could go buy your Super Bowl ring. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I want to teach to this culture. And that's why, I talk about the book, Never Go Broke. That's why it's so important.
Why do you think that we see some of the, you probably just expounded on it because they want to be pampered, but some of the greatest talent, for example, in Atlantic records like Meek Mill, Roddy Ricch, who else just came out, Bobby Smurder, and nothing against them brothers, but those people publicly came out against Atlantic records. Why do you still think that, or rappers or whoever the case may be, run to these deals and run to that check as opposed to putting their feet to the dirt and grinding and getting that long-term money? Why do you think we still as a generation, as a culture, do that?
Because we was programmed wrong. So it's the people around us, the influences around us that tell you, you made it once you got some nice jewelry and a car and all this type of stuff. But you know how much money those people make off of us, off our talent. And I don't think, we have the education to do that. The Bible say for lack of knowledge, our people perish. And till somebody go into one of these record companies and study it and understand it from the bottom to the top, this is not going to change, because we just want to come out the ghetto and have a couple of nice things, but we're not thinking long-term goals. So what's the long-term goal? Once you get to this level of life, you want to be able to keep that or you end up back in the projects. And we have to change that. And the only way we can change it is through education, and the media are going to have to promote more positive stories than just, us trying to be the toughest guys in the world. The toughest guys in the world are dead or in prison. So if you out here on the streets, you have some type of heart or some type of compassion for life. That why you think people are trying to do other things besides being in gangs and being on the streets, being locked up in prison? People getting into the music industry because they don't want that life, but they gotta try to act like they're so tough. And so that's where the change got. I think you just got to be yourself. I could put a suit on, I could put some shoes on, I could walk through the project like that because I'm going to be myself. I'm going to show people my growth. I don't want to stay in the same position that I was in 20 years ago. And that's going to require educating yourself and to grow up, to make better choices and decisions. You got to know the right moves to make. You got to learn from other people's mistakes. You could be hard-headed, you're going to end up dead or in prison. And I think that's the changes. Don't be afraid to change for yourself, for your family, if you got kids or anything. I think people try to keep it real with their homeboys, but their homeboys, if their homeboys could make it out the hood, they gone. They're not going to even ask you or owe you no explanation. They only there because they have to be there. Our people don't realize that you're not there for a reason. You did something to get yourself out of there. Now keep bettering yourself. And that's the mission I'm on, to educate our culture and showing them that don't look back. Don't forget where you came from, but don't look back. You can't change the past, but you can change the future. And that's why I say you either, walk with the pigeons or fly with the eagles. And most eagles fly alone.
Right. Now, Nipsey Hussle, I know you had agree, was a great mentor to him.
Yeah.
Was he happy, in your opinion, with his Atlantic deal? Because he was someone who notoriously was independent. And then, he reaped the benefits, or his family's now reaping the benefits after his death. So why do you think he ended up going to Atlantic as opposed to staying independent and reaping most of the benefits, in your opinion?
Me and Nipsey was close. And that deal he did with Atlantic, he didn't want to do that deal. He did it because he had to, because look at it. Nobody believed in Nipsey Hussle till he died. Then everybody brought all this product and brought everything. And then his whole thing while he was alive, he was like, boss, I just don't understand it. I got good music, but why is it not hitting? And I told him, I said, you know, he showed me the deal. I went over the deal with him. I showed him what was good about the deal and what was wrong about the deal. And he told me, he said, you know, I want to do what you do, but I got to do this first. I'm going to do this deal, make it a short-term deal and put this music out. And then so I could blow up. And then I could be able to put other people on the same way you was able to do it. I said, man, you got to do what's best for you and your family. You know, what I was able to do, it just was a blessing. And it's sad to know that he didn't even see how people loved him and how many records he was able to sell. Because when he first put that record out, he only sold 50,000 units. And once he died, that record went triple platinum.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to me that how people would. And he told me all the time, you know, 'cause we used to laugh about my shoes, you know, but he loved what it stands for. So when I said Mayadi, motivating oneself, encourage you actively to think independently, he was like, nah, that's going to blow up. You know, maybe people might not get it till you're dead, but that's going to blow up. And I'm like, you know what? I don't really care about it. It's like, I'm going to just keep doing what I do. And I don't have to put other artists, you know, on my projects or other artists to promote. I need to believe in these shoes. I need to believe in this product. And, you know, we used to laugh about it all the time because I'll be saying how product don't talk back. And he had issues with people because there's a lot of big time artists that didn't believe in him at the time. But once he died, you know, everybody wanted to be on a record with him. So that just go to show you, man, it's sad that people don't appreciate you till you're gone. And I think that's what we got to change, this hate with love and show people how to appreciate what they got, you know, and through these Black History Months and stuff like that, we got to celebrate the people that are doing the right things. But I think the media just don't do that. I mean, how many Black history projects that we seen? I know it's COVID-19, but I don't see people celebrating how we used to do it back in the days. We used to celebrate people that look like us. I know people say, no, we should have this 365 days a year. We don't, but we know we have it now, and we should utilize that to promote the people that are doing right, or the people that paved the way for us in this country. So I just think it's going to take us to make that happen. Indeed.
How were you perceived in the music industry during your rise to fame with No Limit? Because obviously you were doing it a different way. You were killing it. You were doing it different than anybody. And the love that you had down south must have been crazy. We always talk about it.